I served in the Peace Corps in Latin America back in the 1960s. And my first job that I had coming out of the Peace Corps was to work for the Northern Virginia Sun, a local newspaper in Northern Virginia. In fact, when I applied for the job, the Washington Post ran the ad, and they were looking for a housewife to work part-time. And I applied for the job. Harold Griffey was the editor, and she hired me because I had enough to show up and believe that I could qualify for those job descriptions. As Don mentioned, Mark Warner was my driver in my first campaign for the United States Congress. As a 19-year-old, I taught him everything he knows and then sent him down to Virginia. He's done very well. I've had a nice relationship over the years with Terry McAuliffe and Tim Kaine and so many other people here. And you Democrats in Virginia have really shown the rest of the country how to turn a red state blue. So we've got a great congressman in Dodd. My wife and Megan are very good friends. And I'm not going to mention anything more about that Don right here. But I wish you were standing next to me right here at this point. Well, listen, let me be brief on this thing. Again, you're all following politics. I don't have to make a case to you about how important it is to change. What's that?
Hey, if I were in the U.S. House of Representatives, they would say the House is not in order. So can we please calm down, even though we're Democrats? Because it's really important what Senator Dodd has to say. Please.
I'll keep it brief. First of all, thank you, John. I appreciate that. You should be a United States Senator for that kind of Well, listen, I'm here on behalf of Joe, and as a group of activist Democrats who care deeply about our country, believe that the Democratic Party has the best set of values, the best set of direction and issues, in which to turn the country around. So we begin with a common denominator. I also happen to believe that the candidates running for this office, I don't know all of them, I know most of them. I've served with most of them, in fact, in the United States Senate and other places. And I'm not here at all to be critical of any candidate. In fact, I happen to believe the Democrats have a rich sort of candidates here running for the office. The important thing is obviously to change. I regret deeply over the years that I must have said at least 5 or 6 times, this election is the most important election of my life. I regret having said that as many times as I did, but in my wildest imagination, I never could have imagined what we're now going through in the country. So I'll say this for the first time. This is the most important election of our lifetimes. And I stand before you not because I believe that one candidate necessarily has some great advantage over another on issues. In fact, many of us here, as I look around with a little gray hair, I remember when our party was widely divided over the civil rights movement, over the Vietnam conflict, and other issues. We're not divided that much. I think a lot of people are trying to find wedge issues to sort of describe the differences. I believe that all of us care about health care. We want to make it stronger. As when Ted Kennedy died, I took over the Labor Committee, and I wrote half the Affordable Care Act. We had the longest markup in the history of the Labor Committee. Went on for a month and a half, produced that half of the bill before the Tax Writing Committee took over the rest. That took so much effort. In many ways, it ought to be called not only Obamacare, but the Pelosi Care bill, because without Nancy Pelosi, I don't believe that bill would have become law. And when people tell me it's easy to get bills passed, when I was chairman of the Banking Committee shortly thereafter, I had people like Mark Warner on the Banking Committee and others. And after the collapse of our economy in 2008, trying to put our country back together economically, a guy named Barney Frank from Massachusetts and I wrote the financial reform package, and I'm proud of Barney Frank. I won't run down all of these issues. I suspect all of you know them as well, if not better than I do. But on education, on health care, on climate change, on criminal justice, to go down a long list, Joe Biden has had a great record over his years. I also happen to know personally how important he was to Barack Obama. I love Barack Obama, did a wonderful job. He wasn't as enthusiastic about spending time with people he totally disagreed with. But he had a guy next to him who was willing to go through that process of sitting down with people he had to argue with and fight with, but he had the ability to do so. Once again, we need a president in the country that can reach out to people, rebuild our country, develop that kind of common denominator all of us want to see to get our nation back on its feet again and rebuild the coalitions globally that allow this country and the world to move forward on important issues. Joe Biden campaigned for 24 members of Congress, 64 members of Congress in 24 states. They'll tell you in this state, the lady will tell you, down in the southern part of the state, these first-term Democrats, Don, you must know this, they know how precarious the House leadership is in terms of winning. If we don't have a candidate at the top of the ticket, at the bottom of the ticket, or people further down, are going to be able to campaign with and for and welcome to their districts and their state, we're going to lose the House of Representatives as well as the presidency, in my view. Joe Biden can travel everywhere. He can go to all 50 states, all 435 congressional districts, be welcomed in those districts, and campaign for them. That's not an unimportant fact. We've got to win the presidency.
Yeah.
If we don't win that, we can't win anything. That's the most important thing. So look, I thank you for giving me a chance. I was going to speak for an hour and then give Don 5 minutes to speak for Pete Buttigieg, who's a great candidate and tremendously bright and talented. And even though I'm not for him this time, I strongly believe he has a great, great future in our party. In fact, let me just say to you here, I don't know how many of you ever read Doris Kearns Goodwin, the team of rivals about the Lincoln cabinet. If I had Joe's ear right now, I would tell him, I think you've got a lot of people who are running for the president, that if you're elected president, ought to be a part of a cabinet and leadership in your administration. That's how good these candidates are, in my view. So listen to all of you again, I thank you for letting me come by and say hello. Please tell Mark Warner I was asking for him. I tell you, when he was my driver in 1974, his car had no reverse. So every night, we parked the car going downhill so we could get started in the morning to take you off of the campaign trail. And then he worked in my office and he ran a campaign for me for re-election to the House. So I have very fond memories and great relationships in the state. I'm a great friend of John Warner's, and I know we're all Democrats here. But let me tell you, I have lunch occasionally with John. And what John Warner did during the impeachment and the thing, he was the only former Republican member of the Senate that issued a public statement that said if he were in the Senate, he would have voted to bring those witnesses up and have a real trial. That's John Warner. So again, Don, thanks for the generous introduction. Please tell Megan I said hello. Tell her I wish her the very best to campaign like hell as you can for Joe Biden.